In recent years, Tesla has been associated with such values as innovation, sustainability, and even future transport. Despite the obvious positive features of these smooth electric cars, a bizarre behavior has been observed. The owners of the electric cars manufactured by Tesla are exchanging their safe and stylish EVs for traditional American gas cars. This trend raises a critical question. Shocking is that many Tesla drivers are completely swapping their electric vehicles for the exact opposite of what they aspire to sell: gas-guzzling cars. The data, which was gathered by Edmunds from January to July 2024, reveals a startling statistic, which is that in the same period, 51% of Teslas that were taken to dealerships for trade-in were for gas cars. The first thing that might come to our mind regarding this phenomenon is how people could switch from a Tesla, which has all the sophisticated features and the environmental consciousness, to a gasoline car. To understand this shift more clearly, we have to consider that percentage across the last few years. Ironically, for 2020, 76% of Teslas that were due for replacement ended up being replaced by internal combustion machines. From this percentage, it reduced to 72% in 2021, 66% in 2022, and 55% in 2023. Although this general trend has been observed, it's rather incredible that over 50% of the trade-ins are still of gas cars, while the world is moving towards electric vehicles and sustainability. The question still revolving in our heads: is this a declining trend in interest in electric cars, or is there a more complicated message here? This caused them to be easily blamed, but the reality is not as simple as it seems. It's easy to jump to conclusions, but the reality is more nuanced. Tesla, as usual, continues to be the car maker with clients normally the most loyal in the market. According to a study on loyalty rates by Statista, it was identified that Tesla had the highest loyalty rate of about 70% among all car manufacturers in the world. Thus, the question that arises is what has led to such decision-making among such an optimistic group that once marked the electric revolution? To relate this change to the reasons that Tesla owners might have to make this decision, one should understand that the following factors might be attributed as compulsions. This is the topic of debate for everyone around. The EVs are now more beneficial than gasoline, and diesel vehicles have many more advantages, such as low fuel costs, minimal emissions, and near-silent operation. But like all other inventions, electric vehicles do have their drawbacks too. Concerns of being stuck with a drained battery, scarcity of chargers, and frequent doubt about battery duration can force an owner to shift to using gas cars. Also, the trend in the development of EVs is rather fast, and this means that newer models of EVs can quickly make earlier models obsolete. To some people, trading their Tesla car for a gas car may be something they do at some point, perhaps for just a couple years because they're looking forward to the next big breakthrough in technology. There are Tesla owners who do not find the current generation of vehicles to satisfy all their needs. Tesla's strategy has placed a lot of pressure on other manufacturers to lower their EV prices and make them even more affordable. Due to this, Tesla's been able to bring the price down some of its cars, while at the same time it has been able to upscale competition, pressure to innovate continually more. Also, there can be some characteristics that the presence of good offers with new cars equipped with a gas engine can attract some owners of Tesla cars to change. Nevertheless, the negative environmental impacts of gasoline engines are notorious, but they are also used to being popular, easy to work with, and sometimes even cheaper to purchase than even diesel cars. So this raises an important question. Is the EV ready to satisfy every consumer's need and expectation, or is there still room for conventional gas cars? Choosing to trade a Tesla for a gas car is more than just a personal choice. It is a social cost to the environment and the health of everyone. There are no emissions from the tailpipe, and this is a major strength of Tesla vehicles over conventional gas-guzzling automobiles. The environmental benefits of driving an EV are clear. There are no exhaust fumes that could affect the quality of the air, and the total number of greenhouse gases emitted to the atmosphere is lower. There's something seriously wrong with this picture, for this should theoretically appeal to the very types of people who willingly switch to EVs in the first place. The effects of car emissions cannot be overemphasized when it comes to the effect of health of society. Studies made on exhaust fumes of gasoline vehicles have shown alarming facts that have been associated with gasoline vehicle fumes with respiratory diseases such as asthma and lung cancer. Still, owners of Tesla cars have also been observed to switch to other gas cars as they do not care about such severe health consequences. The highlight is persons who manage to experience the fresh and purified air and lesser pollution through the use of an EV are the same ones headed back to the same polluted world they sought to escape. Are these drivers fully aware of the health effects that are likely to be occasioned by gas cars, or the environmental effects that are overshadowing this? This action triggers critical questions as to what shapes consumers' decisions and to what extent the ecological and health consequences are important to them. Here, the number of revelations made while observing the attitudes that consumers held in the automotive industry suggested that their perceptions had a longer temptation to drive the altering of their choice. The promotional activities that have been incorporated by different automaking companies like Tesla, together with the response that it gains from the public, is an important factor that determines its sales. For example, about EVs, media may use questions as whether the battery will last or where to charge the vehicle, and other issues related to the use of the car that may alter a potential buyer's attitude towards the car. Indeed, the Tesla viewer seems to cast a negative overspill on its electric cars by presenting it as being too new or too different to conventional cars. The psychological certainties of conservatism, that is, the sound of a gas engine or the quick recharging at a service station, may well be enough to entice some customers back to traditional automobiles. As EVs carve their path through the automotive landscape, this question arises. What does the future hold for this rapidly evolving sector, and how will consumer choices shape it? The current trend of Tesla owners trading in their EVs for gas-powered vehicles is more than just a statistical anomaly. It highlights the broader challenges facing the EV market. Despite significant advancements in electric vehicle technology, including improved battery life, faster charging, and enhanced range, some consumers remain hesitant to fully embrace EVs. The convenience and the familiarity of gas-powered cars still hold strong appeal, especially for those who find the transition to EVs daunting or insufficiently rewarding. One major factor influencing future consumer choices will be the expansion of charging infrastructure. The availability and convenience of charging stations are crucial for making EVs a viable option for more drivers. Additionally, automakers need to address concerns about the longevity and the reliability of EV batteries, as well as provide competitive pricing to match or exceed that of traditional vehicles. How will these factors evolve, and will there be enough to shift the tide in favor of electric vehicles? Another critical consideration is the role of government policies and incentives. Supportive regulations and subsidies can drive the adoption of EVs, but changes in political climate or economic conditions can impact these incentives. Ultimately, the future of EVs hinges on a delicate balance between technological innovation, consumer preferences, and market dynamics. The choices made by consumers today will shape the direction of the automotive industry, and the ongoing evolution of electric vehicles will continue to spark debate and excitement. So let us know your opinions in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe to our channel and get ready for our next adventure that promises to be as inspiring